Welcome to the ENG2602 topic analysis presentation. My name is Neo Maseko, your ENG2602 lecturer. I will be guiding you through the starting point for all essay writing, that is topic analysis. This is something that students often overlook and which at times has a negative bearing on the quality of their assessments. Even though the focus here is assignment topics, it also applies to topics for exam essays. Before you can respond to an essay question, you have to make sure that you clearly understand the requirements. Note that failure to do so will result in a flawed, that is, wrong response. One of the most effective ways of ensuring that you understand concepts or constructs is to restate them in your own words. Remember that at this stage you should not yet attempt to write the essay. You first have to make sure that you fully understand what is required to avoid the risk of an inappropriate response. In cases of assignments, you can refer to a dictionary if the topic contains words that are unfamiliar to you. As you carefully read the topic, you should be on the lookout for keywords. Identify and underline them. These keywords will guide you regarding what, that is the content and context, you should focus on in the essay. They should also assist you with regard to how you should structure or format your response to the requirements. Now, let us look at this topic, which was excerpted and adapted from a previous ENG2602 question paper. See whether you are able to identify the keywords. Note that for purposes of our focus, which is topic analysis, the passage has not been included. Here is the topic with the underlined keywords. Again, you need to make sure that you understand what these keywords mean. Note also that this will enable you to respond appropriately to the requirements. Remember that a pass or fail is often determined by whether you have followed the instructions or not. Your response should therefore be a demonstration of the extent to which you were able to provide an essay that is appropriate and relevant. Let's look at the keywords. In an analysis, you are expected to demonstrate that you can look beyond the surface of the text to provide an insight of the unstated meaning. For example, here you can see that the contents of your essay should reflect the literary and linguistic details that the writer has used. These details could be figures of speech, devices, techniques, tone, style, lexical items, diction, etc., that the writer has used. These should, however, not be discussed in isolation, but you should show how these details have been used to create thematic and symbolic effects. As you read, take note also of the themes that can be seen in the text. You should ask yourself whether you are able to identify the main message the writer is trying to convey through the text. Do not just focus on the text, but also look at the context. You should look closely at the text to see how the writer uses these devices to paint a picture of the characters, so as to enable the reader to get a sense of the thematic concerns. Note that once you have underlined the keywords, you need to make sure that you understand the topic by restating it to the best of your ability and as far as is possible in your own words. This is the best way to test your understanding. After analyzing the topic, you should be able to draft an appropriate and relevant response to the requirements of the task. Remember that you then have to edit the draft to ensure that what you have written is logical and coherent, that is, that it makes sense and that there are no errors. Refer to the additional resources that have been provided to enable you to write an essay that complies with academic writing standards. Let's recap. Start by carefully reading the topic. Identify and underline the keywords. Rewrite the topic in your own words to ensure that you understand it. Read the topic again to ensure that you've captured the gist of the requirements. Then you can start to brainstorm the ideas for the content of your essay based on the keywords and begin to write your draft. This brings us to the end of our presentation. I trust that what we have shared here will add to your bag of tips that are meant to assist you to write error-free academic essays. And I wish you well in your studies. All the best. Thank you.